IVM.
Hello one, hello all, welcome to the Diary of the Traveling Professor. And I'm Siddharth Deshmukh, your friendly neighborhood traveling professor himself. What are we talking about this week? Well, we already finished one, which we were talking on about nepotism. Now today we are going to talk about another N, which is neuroplasticity. It couldn't be more different than nepotism. Neuroplasticity is completely a brain geeky thing, but something that can be of immense use to us. So let's just dive in, shall we? So neuroplasticity is a very interesting sort of thing. It actually tells me that I can literally grow my brain in different ways and make my brain better, smarter, more effective as I age. Now, is this a real possibility? Because I did read somewhere, I think it was Marcus Buckingham. I'm calling him Marcus Buckingham out. I think he wrote something called Strengths Finder or something around those lines, which told me that your brain basically is kind of sorted and fixed for life as soon as you're born. You have certain strengths, you have certain weaknesses, and that is that. Well, neuroplasticity actually flies in the face of all of the that is that business and says, hey, if you don't want a fixed brain, if you want a growth-oriented brain, well, you can achieve this because apparently our neurons are plastic enough. I know I'm butchering this, are plastic enough to kind of form new patterns of thinking, new ways of approaching things, new perspectives, and what have you. So therefore, I believe that neuroplasticity should be an integral part of all of our futures, especially people who are, getting on in age. Absolutely. If anybody over 30 is listening to this podcast, you know how difficult it is to learn new things, don't you? I've been trying to learn Python and I'm struggling, and so many other things. It is just one big struggle, and it gets tougher and tougher and tougher as we age. And the reason is that our neurons are set in their ways. We don't really know how to kind of make them move in different ways to learn new things. So I believe that neuroplasticity is something of a desired state for any person who is kind of progressing in life. So it actually belongs to every person's kit above the age of 25, because we have to learn, we have to kind of educate ourselves throughout our lives, whether we like it or not, in order to be productive, right? So how do I achieve neuroplasticity? How do you achieve neuroplasticity? So I went down this rabbit hole and tried to figure out what's the best way. And it turns out that there are quite a few. One way of achieving neuroplasticity is through breathing. Now, you might find this really interesting or incredulous or like, what the hell, get out of here sort of situation. But yeah, if you breathe differently, if you are able to control and become aware of your breathing, you're essentially training your brain and your mind to think in different ways. Apparently, this makes it neuroplastic. And breathing is deeply connected to meditation, something that I've been fascinated by. And I have been trying 2 or 3 different kinds of breathing to see if the resultant neuroplasticity is helping. What I do try to do is the Wim Hof breathing. I have talked about it earlier. I'm not going to bore you again. I do try to do the slower double dip breath thing. Try it out. That's also pretty good. I alternate that and I try to figure out whether neuroplasticity is kicking in. I find this method probably way better than some of the other methods, yes, which are a little more controversial, like, taking a little hit of a certain kind of drug or two and enjoying the neuroplastic effects of it. I'm not certain of that. It can work for a few people, it can't work for a few people. And I would rather change my behaviors, which are more in my control, than be dependent on a substance outside, even though the substance use or abuse might be a lot of fun in the short while. I think that becoming neuroplastic is totally beautiful when you can control it through your behavior. So breathing is one, meditation is the second. The third is to literally get up in the morning and get the hell out of your house and go for a walk. Just go for a walk. Get those chemicals going. Exercising of, all natures, any kind. Go work out, do yoga, anything. Just change the chemical composition of your body to allow your brain to deal with different states. Again, neuroplasticity. Last but not the least, trying to learn something difficult automatically makes you neuroplastic. Or rather, your neuroplasticity go up high, makes you really flexible and limber in the brain. Many ways of achieving neuroplasticity. I believe that it is the shit, it is the future. You have to look at the way in which your brain develops, because otherwise you might find that you still need to earn money at the age of 60. You might still need to earn money, right? And your brain is frozen. You have nowhere to go. And look, working out, breathing well, meditating, all sounds kind of boring. But this is the way I handle it. I actually look at it as medicine. So instead of taking a bunch of pills every morning or a substance enhancer or anything of that sort, all I do is take this kind of medicine, my neuroplastic medicine. Do join me. I think you will have a lot of fun. Be neuroplastic. I sound like a commercial. Well, I hope you like this diary entry of mine. Many more to come from this guy. And if you like to follow the funny side of this guy, well, it is on Instagram. And the serious side of me, obviously on LinkedIn, wherein I put on my metaphoric business suit and entertain you guys with my oh so serious thoughts. Not so serious, really. I do a webinar as well, wherein I meet bright people of all kinds talking about an industry trend or the other. I keep doing this on YouTube. That's about me. And if you like podcasts like these, well, ivmpodcast.com or just download the app, damn it. All right then. Until next time.
I hope you enjoyed that show. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money and Intel. We appreciate their support. It's been a fantastic week on the IVM network. I hope that you've been checking stuff out, but some of the highlights that you definitely should check out. Ashish Vidyarthi, host of Begin the Journey, was on Cyrus Says. They had a really fun conversation. I think you'll enjoy that. Uncle Please Sid did an episode around development, which was really, really fun. On Edges and Sledges, we had Adam Holyoke, former England captain. While those guys are killing it, one cricketer after the other. Definitely do check out Advertising is Dead. We talk about esports with some really guys who really know that space. Smile India, absolutely right. These guys are killing it as well. So is Pawan at Pragati. Don't forget the Original Things. Again, one of my favorite shows. You must check that out. And thanks for listening, and we hope to catch you again next week.
How many times have you motivated yourself to improve your sleep or lose weight or be more productive? How many times have you failed? Hi, my name is Ashton Doctor. Tune into my show, The Habit Coach Podcast, where we focus on creating small, tiny habits to improve your life instead of those big, impossible tasks. So make listening to me a habit every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com or on your favorite podcasting app.